And we're looking at my Beretta 9mm. First thing I'm going to focus in on is the holster. This was a custom job made by Tommy Parker, the local guy here in Perry. Put this together for me. There's the back. This holster has a western motif, and the way it sits almost like a tack holster, and it's got a tie down. I really didn't want the tie down because of any draws to cowboy rigs, but with a gun this size and with the weight of the Beretta, you needed it to keep it to your legs secure when you're wearing the gun that low. A lot of your modern tack holsters use straps. So that's a tip of the hat to Tommy Parker. On to the gun. It's a Beretta 92 9mm inox. It means it's stainless steel. It comes from an Italian word that means it resists rusts. When I got this gun, it was burned up in a fire. And it was completely black. And I thought it was a plain Jane Beretta 92. When I rotated it over, saw the stainless on the barrel, and I said, this is an inox version. That meant that gun had been an expensive gun at one time. Now it's burned up my fire, and I decided I'd do some experiment with the metal and polish it up and see if I couldn't get the metal looking decent again. My experiment apparently worked because the gun came out looking pretty decent. You still can see the scars where it was in the fire, but not a bad looking piece. I'm not a big fan of the 9mm cartridge. When I shoot 9mm, I'm generally shooting for serious use heavy for caliber bullets, 147 grain. I like the Winchester white box. Number one, it's cost effective. The 147 grain bullet, and that expands well out of this 5-inch barrel. The 5-inch barrel of the Beretta stabilizes the heavy bullet well. This gun has been gone through. I replaced all the springs in it, polished the metal. It's been pressure tested, so it's safe. Polished the feed ramp on the barrel, and it just feeds slick as an onion. The mainspring of it, I did some modifications to give me a very good double action trigger pull. This gun is double action for the first shot, single action for subsequent shots. That means you have 2 trigger pulls to master. That just means you've got to focus on it when you're on the range and learn to shoot the pistol. It's got rubber grips back on it. Seems to float along just fine. If I have to pick a hard use 9mm, this one's a good choice because it's durable, it's reliable. After going through it and getting it right, I know how to work on it and keep it running and maintained. And it served me well for the last several years. So it might make a good choice for somebody else later on.